Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members over on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. It's an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:42 a.m. on the 17th day of January 2024, day 333 in my countdown to retirement. Ooh, that's making me, I'm doing this, but in fact inside I'm turning knots in my heart, imagining not working. It's scary. Really imagining trying to keep our lives afloat on a pension. That's what's really got me trying to figure that out. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I do this exercise to remember my life objectives and principles. Those in my book, Going Alone. You can get a copy of it from the link down in the description if you like. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours, to prepare for the coming day, and to prepare myself for death. But before I do all of that, I like to read a poem. So we're going to read a second time the poem that we tried yesterday called March the 3rd. I had trouble understanding this poem and read it twice yesterday, tried to think about it. The first part and maybe the last part I get, but the middle part, the second 2/3, really, maybe all the way to the end, I don't quite get. Let's try again. March the 3rd is the author's birthday, Edward Thomas. Let's go. March the 3rd. Here again, she said, is March the 3rd, and 12 hours singing for the bird, twixt dawn and dusk, from 6:30 to 6:30, never unheard. 'Tis Sunday, and the church bells end when the birds do. I think they blend now better than they will when past. Is this unnamed, unmarked godsend? Or do all mark and none dare say how it may shift and long delay, somewhere before the first of spring, but never fails this singing day? And when it falls on Sunday, bells are a wild natural voice that dwells on hillsides, but the bird's song have the holiness gone from the bells. This day, unpromised, is more dear than all the named days of the year, when seasonable sweets come in, because we know how lucky we are. It's coming up. I'm starting to see it. The good fortune of just being alive, being the blessing, it's a cliche to say it that way. The wonder, the amazement, the blessing maybe of being alive in spite of all, in spite of the odds, to experience this day. Okay, and a little more about when it falls on Sunday. His birthday falls on Sunday, the bells. Okay, there's more to that. I'm going to give that one again a try tomorrow. I think I'm getting there. This might be a poem that I can understand. We'll see. Last night and yesterday, hugely busy day yesterday. Just take a look at that checklist. Oh my gosh, I was busy. So I won't go into it to say any more than that. I'm exhausted. I was exhausted. When I went to the beach, the only challenge I had was I dove into the ocean and I hit the bottom and scraped up my nose. That was the only challenge, not a big deal. Had an interesting talk with Angela after that about folly. That's about it for that. On to the Good Life Creed. Today I'll talk briefly about the principle called the restless man. This principle from the book, in the chapter titled The Good Life, it speaks to that kind of an eager energy that we seem to have, especially in our youth, to find something that satisfies, something that is some station in life, some mission that we can take on, some circumstance that gives pleasure and satisfaction and sense of contentment. And I believe that that's instrumental to our biology. It helps us to press the young out of the status quo, to try new things, to go over the hill and look for greener pastures and more fertile hunting grounds. I'll bet back in the day, that's the thing that when we had little hunter-gatherer tribes, caused the peripheral young men to go out and seek after more and better, to come back with accolades of the good hunt, to find the new ground with fresher, cleaner water, without so much competition from those other tribes, etc., etc. This instills in us a restlessness that still is with us today. I hear it and see it all the time in the 18 to 26-year-old-ish people, young men particularly, who contact me all the time, expressing that restlessness. I think it's a biological function of our species, and it's something that can yield a great reward if we engage in that and then find the happier hunting ground, so to speak. But it also is fraught with risk. It's a double-edged sword for sure. But I try to account for that in the creed by adding it to the book and reciting it and thinking about it all the time, or once, in earnest once every month or two, and then at least tick it off the checklist every day, or the recitation list. Leave that down there. Let's go ahead and go over the creed. There are 8 objectives. These are: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize true limits and true opportunities, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully, and to keep our balance. The 35 principles now are, here we go: war, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, nature, pirate ride, maturity, social principle, family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be borne, the feast of offal, distraction, agency, and the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and keeping our balance. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, got them. Okay, as for today, I have an average list of personal objectives today. Some of the exceptional ones are: I need to continue to fill out the dogs' information for their dog shipping service that I started. I need to move some money around to make sure I can cover everything, et cetera, et cetera. Yep. Work, I have a lot to do. I'm gonna get in the car and drive to work, and I think I'm gonna work at the office on Mondays and Wednesdays going forward. So I'll go there today. I have 3 meetings to attend, and a partridge in a pear tree. As for readiness for death, are my affairs in order? Yeah. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yes. I can die now anytime. I don't want to, but I can if I need to, or if life just happens to go that way without a single backwards glance. At least that's the theory. All right, that's it. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never